Take a look at the home team. With great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference. Now the starting group for the visitors. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Diaz. That one a tad offline, but it drops in for him.
The first of many tonight. Both teams have legit offensive talent.
And that's the story of the league right now. Most any team can beat any other team on any given night.
Now here's Antetokounmpo, doing some damage on the offensive end, putting up a little over 14 points a game. And so the ball out of bounds. Antetokounmpo touched it last. Here's Diaz. Pass to Hernan Gomez. The 3 ball. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here's Kalathis to the wing on the left. 5 to shoot. Antetokounmpo for 3. Another miss by Antetokounmpo. Just over a minute and a half in. Here's Diaz. No good on the triple. To the middle. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
To the inside. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Excellent D there from Aldama.
Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
Pass to Diaz. Launches a 3. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now. Gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Tyronn Lue gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We discussed the challenges a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo presents for his defense, and coach responded saying he's a handful for sure. I told our guys to make sure we seal up any lanes to the basket and just try to make him beat us with his jumper. It won't be easy, but coach feels like they'll be able to make it a little more difficult for Giannis. Guys.
Allie, thank you. Now here's Antetokounmpo. Lets the 3 fly. Doesn't go that time. Gone 3 of 5 here in the opening quarter. Rubio looking around. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Now Rubio takes a 3. He drops it from range.
Now this is the area of greatest improvement for Ricky Rubio, steadily increasing that productivity from range.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Down low to end the run. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Out to the right wing. Pass to Garuba. strong with a one-handed jam.
And a solid pick to free him up for the dunk.
Boy, the timing there couldn't be any better.
The execution was simply flawless.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. They lead by 8, and we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
We've got Usman Garuba, Santi Aldama out there with Ricky Rubio, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the small forward position.
Away team foul. First personal foul. First team foul. Checking in for the away team. Number 11.
Outside Rubio. Shot from 12. And can't get it to go. Now 1 of 2. Santi Aldama out there with Usman Garuba. Then there's Ricky Rubio. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3. The small forward. Knocks it loose. Outside Rubio. Pass to Garuba. Outside Rubio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he lays it up and in. Rubio's got 5 now.
Well, the balance that Ricky Rubio has, even under duress, stays calm and finds a way to score it.
Usman Garuba out there with Santi Aldama. Then there's Ricky Rubio, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3 spot. Antetokounmpo looking it over to the paint. Garuba with a rebound.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
To the middle. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Inside, here's Kaladzikis. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And every team is looking for length on their roster.
Yeah, the reason, BA, is because of the quality and skill of shooting. Guys are coming across half court, and they can shoot the basketball at 35 feet. The reason you need length is there's more area to cover. Increasingly, Brian, it's getting harder and harder to play as an undersized guard in this league.
And now let's see who is leading the league in steals. Second is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And he's such a plus defensively for his team. Those steal numbers scare opponents and lead to fast break buckets.
Here's Kalathis. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And their shots are dropping with more consistency now.
Here's Diaz. He's got 7. From the arc. Aldama, no good. Antetokounmpo outside. Here's Kalathis. Antetokounmpo outside. What a make! Giannis for 3!
And some fans wince when he takes them, but Giannis can and will hit the occasional three-point shot.
Pass to Diaz. Takes the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Diaz has got 10 points in the game.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Here's Diaz. He's got 10. Lets it go from deep. Giannis with the rebound. Gone 4 for 6 here in the second. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
First team foul. At the line.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Up by 3. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks, guys, alongside Ty Lue.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Please direct your attention.
Even before the game started, you could feel the energy in this arena, man. They fed off that. Big time home court advantage.
Next on the docket. And that's it for halftime.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Shooting has been good, 54% on this one. He shoots. Hernan Gomez with a rebound.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Pass to Diaz. Six on the shot clock. 19-footer. Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Oh, man, the balance of muscle Giannis possesses is tremendous. Phenomenal at scoring on physical defenses.
About a minute played here in the second half. Here's Diaz. 10 points for him. And that one's on target from the wing. Diaz has got 12 points.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
Here's Papanikolaou. And that one drops for him.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
And something fans don't always get to see, some of the closely guarded secrets that happen in that huddle.
It's tough to hide your communications. Teams go to great lengths to try to do it, but sometimes to no avail.
Here's Diaz. 12 points for him. Knocks it down from distance. Diaz has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Team foul. Outrageous. First team foul. Coming on the floor for your home team, number 13.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. With a short break, we look at some of the stingiest defenses in the NBA.
Well, allowing the fewest points per game in the entire league, this defense has been absolutely dominant. Give the coaches a ton of credit. Players are skilled and motivated. You've got good schemes. Very tough to score against this bunch.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Aldama outside. 1:46 left to play in the third. Knocks down the triple.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
Here's Kalathis to the wing, right side. Antetokounmpo for three. That shot missing.
Well, after hitting one triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Back to Rubio. Here's Diaz. That's in there. Rubio with the assist. Diaz has got 17 points.
Well, Ricky Rubio has defined point guard vision. He can see the floor so beautifully.
Antetokounmpo with it. Working on Aldama. The steal. Here's Diaz. He's off on the layup. Gone 3 of 5 from the field in this third quarter. There's 31 seconds left in the third quarter. Antetokounmpo inside. Guarded by Aldama. And there it is for him. 14 points for him.
This guy is putting his fingerprints all over the game in this quarter. He has flat out dominated the offensive end.
At the line for 2.
First one falls for him. So he gets them both.
Two-part equation. You have to be aggressive enough to get to the line, then talented enough to sink them.
Fires at the elbow. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. They lead by 7. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. They've got Ricky Rubio, Usman Garuba out there with Santi Aldama, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3. Oh, there's the alley. Pass to Kalatakis. Releases. And right on target. That one's good.
You can feel the temperature rising in this arena. Both teams pouring it on offensively.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two. This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
To the paint. It's stolen by Rubio. Rejected by Antetokounmpo. And there's contact and a whistle. So he's got 2 shots coming up.
2 shots.
That one's off. He hits the second from the line. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Tom Thibodeau coaching his team during that last break. They were encouraging their team to run, look for breaks. Coach wants to see them getting into transition more. Back to you, Brian.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to go on Santi Aldama.
The resume Giannis has built already is impressive, and he's nowhere close to being done adding to it.
Antetokounmpo at the line for 2.
And so Antetokounmpo nails both of them. Gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Here's Diaz. Pass to Hernan Gomez. And here's Aldama. And he's going for the oop here. Antetokounmpo outside. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points this quarter.
And the game plan for them should be simple. Keep getting it to Giannis. The Greek freak is on fire.
Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's a minute 59 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Papanikolaou. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Kalathis. And they pick up 2.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
Diaz passes to Hernan Gomez. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Fires it. Aldama, no good. Gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, the strength of Giannis.
And he is just showing off right now. I mean, he's giving you leadership. Giannis just takes pride in stepping up and hitting those big shots.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Diaz. Lets it fly. The open J off the mark.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a...
Whoa! Antetokounmpo flying!
You expect this from an MVP like Giannis. He never gives up on the game. Woo! Gotta love it.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. And it's in.
Big-time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
It falls! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
They've been aggressive during this run, but they've also played under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
20 seconds left in the final quarter. They set the pick. Here's Aldama. Wide open, but he couldn't capitalize. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
More than enough time to get a bucket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, he missed it! And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Taking 2 shots.
And he's able to hit the second one. And that makes it a 3-point lead. And so they get the victory here at home. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games.
My focus is on the other end tonight, defense. The team that can come up with just a few timely stretches of stops, I think they win.
Now the starting group for the visitors. You've got Olenek, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Murray. Then it's Barrett, and it's Lyles in at the 4. Olenek sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Pass to Doncic. Offline with his 3. Now, here's Barrett. Defense is right there. He gets it in there.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
to the inside. Off target at the rim. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Caught up with Will Hardy a few minutes ago. So we started to talk about R.J. Barrett. Coach complimented him, saying he's got great energy, a great build, and he knows how to score. So I'm telling the guys to stick to him like glue and just keep the pressure on. We'll see if that high-pressure defense can shut Barrett down tonight. Kevin?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Good on the three-point shot.
And there's no shortage of fight in Doncic. He's a counterpuncher. Hit him with a three, and he is coming right back at you.
From outside the arc, drains it from beyond the arc.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Pass to Chunchard. Launches a three. Rebound by Olynyk.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Outside, Barrett to the middle. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And so confident. Even amongst the trees, Doncic is fantastic at forcing the issue close to the rim.
It's his first trip to the line.
And he's at nearly 90% from the free throw line this season, so having a terrific year.
Dort, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Outside, Barrett. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Oh, how about the slam there from Gilgeous-Alexander? He loves getting that type of positioning down low.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Drills the three-pointer.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Now here's Lyles. D right on him. Just 5 to shoot. Outside, Dort. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Lyles got 5. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Doncic. He's got 8. Floats it up for Doncic. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Here's Murray. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Takes it inside, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And that concludes a high-scoring first. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Brooks. Then it's Lou Dort. And it's Clark in at the center, locking down the middle. Pass to Toby. They set the pick. Here's the floater. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dort gets it to go.
And the three-point shot wasn't always there for Dort, but he's put in a ton of work on it, and it showed.
And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Outside, Dragic. Pass to Toby. It's stolen. It's stolen by Dragic. Well, we've seen this a few times, Richard. Players getting booed at home. And that's got to be painful for a player.
You get taken back a little bit. For some players, it's deserved, but it's always a surprise. But you have to be self-aware. Did you deserve to get booed? In those cases, it's true.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Alexander Walker. Brooks with him.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside, Dort. Traps in the tray. Dort's got his second basket of the night.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
They played pretty solid basketball, but a few miscues is all it takes to turn a win into a loss, especially against a good team.
And a deep three from Doncic. It's hauled in by Lyles. Gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And Barrett the bucket on the assist from Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Lazic, Barrett covering. Back to Doncic. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Lyles.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
There's a screen. And here's Doncic from the arc. The 3 ball from Doncic.
This brings him to 3 total makes from the arc, with just 1 in this half so far.
Murray outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander.
That's his second foul here pretty early in this one. He's got to be careful for the rest of this half.
Dort, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Substitution on the court.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. For 3, Barrett. Luka Doncic grabs the miss. Doing extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Pass to Chanchar. Now Doncic. It's good from long range. Doncic has got 6 here in this quarter.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Here's Murray. Miles a screen on Doncic.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime.
29.
Up by 4. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The Eastern Conference winner, Victor Wembanyama.
Tremendous effort lately from this guy, Victor, 7-4.
Shifting back to that first half of play, let's focus on SGA. Man, is he off to a strong start. And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game. Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
We've got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. R.J. Barrett is out there with Lyons. Then there's Murray, and it's Olynyk in at the center.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Excellent at dishing the rock. Luka with the nice feed.
Murray outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Six on the shot clock. Pass to Olynyk. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. Gilgeous-Alexander's got assist number 5 here tonight. Doncic passes to Chunchuk. Doncic against Gilgeous-Alexander. Doncic outside. Ball's knocked loose. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. Now, they've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did proceed. The league's not so subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. BA, thank you. On Wednesday, then on Saturday.
And guys, one thing about road trips like this one, they'll be seeing this as a chance for the team to come together. It might be a bit of a silver lining for a trip that doesn't always provide a lot of success. And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually, when he's hot, he stays hot.
Outside Dragic. Here's Chunchuk. Garrett covering. From downtown. And that one's good. Chunchuk. Chunchuk's got 9 points.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. Clark, he's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. 1:04 left here in the third quarter. And the layup falls. He's got 6.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Barrett kicks to Dort. Murray outside. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
There's 25 seconds left to play here in the third. Out to the right wing. 5 on the clock. The 3. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Murray the pass to Clark. fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
How about battling through the impact there and then wheeling that basketball in?
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
There's Dragic with the three. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. They're up by 10. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Everything has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Some solid defense from Clark. An unreal 70% from the field, making a mockery of this defense. They've got Brooks. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Brandon Clark. And it's George in at the power forward.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go into the next. You gotta at least show a little heart out here.
So both teams making some changes here. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, listening with Will Hardy and his team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponent.
All right, David, thanks. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Six for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Here's Doncic. And the slam by Doncic.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to Chanchar. Doncic outside. Fires for 3. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Absolutely, and they have to continue to go to him.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle him up right away. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Out left to the wing. Floats one, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Luka Doncic.
And using the defender's aggression against him, Gilgeous-Alexander with a savvy move.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the fourth. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, the skill of Doncic at 6'7", 230, it makes him an impossible matchup defensively.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And Doncic gets it to go.
Wow, look at the damage this young man is doing from deep. And there's another one.
And the defense has to know that taking away his three is the #1 priority. And he's hurt them all game long with that shot. It makes no sense.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And sometimes defenses sleep on Doncic's ability to elevate. He is capable of throwing it down.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Doncic. Murray, no good.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
And they're moving it up. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
They get it again. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over it, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Second team foul.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Guys, what do you think?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
And I'm sure coach is encouraging them to play to the final whistle. Then they can get out of here.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For three, it's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. 19 seconds left in the fourth. And they go to the intentional foul.
Third team foul. At the line for the
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
2 shots.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
He knows how important it is converting at the line and building up this lead.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Count it! And now they trail by just 4.
And all of a sudden, that three puts them in striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working all night.
And I bet he's thinking that he could close the gap completely if he can keep those threes coming.
Gets the first. That puts them up by 5.
2 shots.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 6-point ball game.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That pretty much do it.
It's good from beyond the arc.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Shoot, this defense is giving me hope. The way I look, I could sign a 10-day and put up a few buckets on this squad.
And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Shooting for the away team.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
winding down here, Grant. Playoff seedings of the utmost importance.
You know, B.A., you especially see the bubble teams giving that extra effort now. It's all hands on deck. Very little room for error.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Sends it home from three-point land.
And a nice stroke. That's coming along for Josh Giddey.
Here's Papanikolaou. He's guarded by Exum. Deflected. And they're pushing it up. Pass to Mills. Outside Giddey. Here's the three. Sinks it from distance. Giddey's got 6.
Trying to get more comfortable from deep. Giddey looking solid on that one from 3.
Out left to the wing. Antetokounmpo outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now here's Exum. Shots blocked. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. And the fans love seeing incredible moments on defense like that block.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Here's Giddey. He has 6. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Mills. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron.
Almost perfect in the game to start. 3 of 4.
Here's Kalathis. Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Back to Antetokounmpo. They set the pick. Shoots over Ingles. Antetokounmpo. Bam! 5 points in the game.
Giannis looking more and more comfortable each year operating from the mid-range.
Giddey passes to Mills. From behind the arc. Drains the triple.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Here's Papanikolaou. He's guarded by Exum. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. Exum's shot is off.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
That one goes. Count it.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now here's Ingles. Exum outside. They set a pick. Oh, what a play. Just palms the block. 59 seconds left in the first. Back to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo is doubled. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
Defensively, you got to try and build a wall against Giannis and cover the paint. He's too much to handle inside.
Back to Mills. Outside Giddey. There's the 3. Hits the trifecta. Giddey's got 9 points.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Antetokounmpo outside. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And they double up Antetokounmpo. The 3. Drops in the 3. He's got 5.
If you bring a double at this level, it can lead to some easy hoops.
Here's Giddey. That shot, no good.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a...
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Leading by just 2. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to a game that's been pretty close so far here. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
They just couldn't seem to know what it was that they needed to do and how to stick them from outside. The defense pretty lost.
Simmons, the pass to Ingles. Three-pointer off the mark. Down low. Here's Papanikolaou. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Simmons, the pass to Daniels. Here's the pick. Puts up a three. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
To the inside. It's stolen by Baines. Outside Simmons. Daniels passes to Green. Nails it from beyond the arc. Green's got himself on the board with a three there.
Love to see that from Dyson Daniels. He's a gifted passer.
And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
And he makes it on the layup.
This is where Simmons is most comfortable shooting from. Once he's this deep, feed him.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Papanikolaou. Down low. And let's pause for a moment to recognize the teams with the best three-point shooting.
Instead of just bombing away, they work hard to create good looks from beyond the arc.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second one. Now here's Giddey. He's got 9. Outside Mills. On the wing, Green. Here's Exum. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Exum's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. We've got 1:28 left in the first half of this one. The layup misses. Gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. There's a screen, and here's Mills from the arc. Hits a three-pointer. Mills has got 8.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Inside, here's Kalathis. Rebounded by Green. Gone 4 for 6 here in the second. 4-3. Mills, no good. Gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Ooh, strong move from Giannis inside.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Left side, Giddey. Outside, Green. Pass to Exum. Giddey with it. This one for 3. Can't get it to fall. Now 3 for 5 in this one. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, man, he got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Up by 4. Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
In the West, Pascal Siakam.
One of the more versatile players out there. Siakam really shines when he's in attack mode.
And moving on, let's jump over to our current game. It's a tight one so far for the home team.
They've had the hot hand from deep.
Appreciate you joining us.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Yeah, we'll see if the double teams start to come here in the second half to make them adjust offensively. But he's going to keep going at it.
Patrick Mills out there with Josh Giddey. Then there's Dante Exum. Then it's Jock Landale. And it's Ingles in at the 4. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Landale with a screen to the middle. It's stolen. For the tie. And it's good on the layup. He has 7. Shooting efficiently, 50% so far. Outside, Ingles. Outside, Mills. Outside, Ingles. From deep, Giddey. They get the rebound. Landale. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
The officials were right on top of that one.
First trip to the line for him here. The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Second half rolling along, about a minute played here. Here's Kalathis. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Papanikolaou. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, he's a menace in the paint. Antetokounmpo.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And we've got a timeout from Taylor Jenkins. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And if you're looking for proficiency in scoring over the last month, look no further than this group. The 4th spot held by Giannis Antetokounmpo. And of course, Josh Giddey.
Each of these two have been awesome offensively during the last month. Both great options from the floor.
Landale with a screen from deep. Giddey. No good on the shot.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint. Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Two minutes into the second half of play now.
2 minutes.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Can't get it to fall. Gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Outside Giddey. Back to Mills. Fires from deep. Buries it from 3. Mills has got 11 points.
Well schooled in the ways of the pick and roll. Mills plays that one to perfection.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Clock at 6. Yes, sir! Giannis showing the range.
What a competitor. Giannis right back at you.
Outside Giddey. There's the triple. And the three-pointer goes. 12 points for him.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And he banks in the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 7 points for the quarter.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Exum outside. Outside Mills. The three. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now. Banked it in off the glass.
Well, you see how Giannis scans the floor. It's actually easy at his size, involving his guys and showing his ability to pick the defense apart.
Outside Giddey. Wow!
Great job.
We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Leading by a point. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Here's Dorsey. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Over Baines. And it's Antetokounmpo with a miss.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Simmons, the pass to Daniels. To the middle. And it's hammered home by Green.
A snappy pass there from Daniels. He knows moving the ball well is a big part of why he's got court time.
To the left wing. Pass to Antetokounmpo. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Ben Simmons.
Man, the defender really went after him.
No good on the second free throw.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
Mills, the pass to Landale. Now here's Ingles. Outside Mills. Here's Exum. Gets the 3 ball to go.
Largely a shoot-first guy, but Mills does have solid court vision and passing ability, which you saw right there.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Gets the bucket and the foul. That's on Joe Ingles.
Instead of risking something on the perimeter, he just works it inside.
And no reason to settle in that situation. If they're going to give that up, he's going to take all of it. Now, he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Pass to Mills. From the wing. And that one is right through the heart.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high-octane a game as you're going to find.
Tipped away. Stolen by Giddey. And Mills, here we go. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
Well, Mills showing some tremendous shot mechanics there. When he gets it going, he can light you up.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, that was pure. He's got another one. Now 10 for 12.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
And that one's good. Giddey.
And Giddey with the tough floater that time.
Shooting has been incredible. 72%. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. Count it.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
To the inside.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
You can't make any mistakes right here if you want to keep hope alive. Their execution has to be precise.
And here's Mills. Outside Giddey. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
.44 seconds left in the game. Outside Mills. And the three off target.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And the basket by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis Antetokounmpo is a star in this league, and more the team trusts him in those moments.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Second team foul.
He drops the first one, and that puts him up 5. And the second free throw, no good. Tough break there.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
Well, it's probably a little bit too late here, but you really...
Oh! Giannis powers it down with force.
And that's what you want your leaders to do. Giannis stepping up in a big way.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
They're just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Good on the first, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. And a tough break as his second attempt is no good at the line. And timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
Antetokounmpo inside. Ingles defending. Here's Papanikolaou. The three is up. Oh, he nails it! Oh, what a sensational bucket! That brings him within 1. And we've got a timeout from Taylor Jenkins. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
Well, important there to have the 3-point lead because only a 3 can tie it up now.
Seven seconds left in the fourth quarter. To tie it up. And so they get the victory here at home. What a performance they had here at home today.
race for the Rookie of the Year. How about these guys? Oh, what a group. And you look at Hernan Gomez, just a fantastic start to the season for him as he hasn't missed a beat transitioning to the NBA. And guys, he makes it into our top 5.
And he finds himself among the top 5 after what's been a strong start to his NBA career.
Well, I'm sure he'd prefer to be all the way at the top of the list, but there's plenty of time for him to keep improving his game.
Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. R.J. Barrett is out there with Lyles. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Murray in at the shooting guard. Garuba, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
The shot by Diaz, no good. Outside, Barrett. How does the development, Greg, of role players affect the team?
It can be a major factor. Being able to fill the needs of a team, that's what it's all about. A shot here, a block there, structural players, critical.
Here's Diaz after R.J. Barrett's bucket. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Clock at 6. Here's Diaz. Gilgeous-Alexander cover. Diaz, good. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Barrett. Just 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. Aldama with the rebound. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Tyronn Lue. Dave, what do you have to say?
And he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Dort, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander, and he's good on the second. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Barrett kicks to Dort.
2 minutes remaining.
Now here's Olynyk. He's guarded close. Here's Lyles. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Well, Murray engineering that bucket with terrific ball movement.
Pass to Abrinas. A minute 42 left here in the first quarter. Plays it up and banks it in.
Good read by Aldama. His selfless attitude is why his guys enjoy playing.
Onside Barrett. It's Dort on the wing. Now here's Lyles. Shoots. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Lyles got 5.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Rubio misses. Gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Dort passes to Lyles. Pass to Murray for the 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Dort against Rubio. Here's Diaz. Over Barrett. The shot by Diaz, no good. Diaz is gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Knocks it loose. Here's Abrinas, defended by Dort. That one falls. Abrinas has got his second bucket of the night.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
For 3, what a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. up 5. And we'll be back with you right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
You've got Brandon Clark, Dylan Brooks out there with Lou George. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Alexander Walker in at the 2. Picked by Clark. There's the triple. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Rubio against Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires from deep. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Brooks with no one around. Trains the three-pointer.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And Rubio kicks to Hernan Gomez. Rubio in the corner. 6 to shoot. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, good with the triple. Gone 2 or 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Hernan Gomez. Dort grabs the miss. Gone 3 or 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Wasted no time on that one. Barrett's got his second basket.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game. Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Nice D from Barrett. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. From deep, Brooks gets it to go from beyond the arc. Brooks has got 6.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Inside. Up and in on the layup.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Olenek sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now Hernan Gomez. Nothing on the board. Rubio the pass to Hernan Gomez. Lets it go with the 3. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. Rubio against Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. And so here's the home team.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
And nothing feels better than a win where team...
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
We know the draft's an inexact science, even with all that prep that goes into it. So congrats to the teams that chose these.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the home team. And that's a halftime.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, he's also a pretty good actor. He sells fouls really well.
Santi Aldama is out there with Hernan Gomez. And it's Diaz in at the 1 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Murray outside. Pass to Olynyk. Launches it. The rebound by Diaz. Here's Abrinas. He's got 6. Here's Aldama. Covered by Lyons. Aldama gets the bucket.
And at 7 feet tall, Aldama can burn you inside. Even with the contact, he's tough to contain at times.
Olynyk sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Olynyk can't hit.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
From the arc, Diaz, good. Diaz has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
Hands it from downtown. Olynyk's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit with this core.
Diaz the pass to Abrinas. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Hernan Gomez. Rebound by Olynyk. Gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Murray the pass to Lyons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 9 points in the game so far, and it's going to be out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Dort, he's checked in for Lyons. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. And that one, good. And 11 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Abrinas, that's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 4 assists now tonight. Outside, Dort. Outside, Barrett. Pass to Dort. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Puts it up from 17. Good. Gilgeous Alexander's got 7 now in this quarter.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous Alexander made it pay off.
Here's Abrinas. And there's the call on Lou Dort. That's his first foul.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Hernangomez a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Rubio outside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. This is his first free throw of the game.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
Gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Now here's Murray. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. From deep three-point land, that shot is off. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Up 6. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with...
Hey, we got to get more physical down the other end, man. We got to...
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. We've got Lou Dort, Dylan Brooks out there with Brandon Clark. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Gilgeous Alexander in at the point guard. Back to Alexander-Walker. 4 on the clock. Takes the 3. Rubio with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
To the middle. And that one is stuffed right through.
Well, what I want to know, where is the communication defensively?
Well, I can tell you, this kind of defense will drive coaches crazy.
Outside, Gilgeous Alexander. Down low, here's Clark, and they pick up 2.
You got to know, this is Clark's skill set at this stage of his career. He takes quality shots when he's inside.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He knows every possession is critical now. Both teams deciding to change it up. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. The message was simple. Keep fighting. Coach told his team, we're in this. We just need some extra effort. Let's go. See if they can come back. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Diaz, good.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Murray outside. And it's Lyles in the corner. Outside, Barrett. Lyles sets a screen for Barrett. Fires top of the key. Aldama with the rebound. Aldama's got his 4th rebound in this one. It's to Diaz. Here's Abrinas. Takes it off the glass.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Well, Barrett likes to shoot threes at a steady clip, and he's pretty free with those shots.
1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Good on the three-point shot.
Absolutely essential that they come right back and answer with that 3 of their own, and this gets the crowd energized.
Gilgeous Alexander finds Barrett. Count that one.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
Here's Diaz. Gilgeous Alexander covering. Back to Abrinas. Hernangomez against Olynyk. And the bank shot is good. Diaz has got 14 points here in the second half.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish. That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA, he was so crafty inside there to get the contact.
And so he drops them both. It's a three-point game. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
Abrinas the pass to Aldama. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
And you know they wanted that one to go down.
Yeah, they really wanted that bucket to go. You can't get discouraged.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, in both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Aldama. They get the rebound. Abrinas shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he does get the second one. And that shrinks the margin to just 4.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a 1-possession game. That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line, and he adds some cushion to their lead.
Aldama can't hit, and that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Hits the 3-point bomb. The visiting club takes the win on the road. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory.
Time of the season when it's hard for players to keep their focus, Grant.
Oh, man, B.A., the buzz of a new season is behind you. The playoffs are a long way off. This is when a coach earns his keep, making sure his guys stay energized and focused.
Now the starting group for the visitors. Wembanyama finds Fournier. Shot clock at 6. Three-pointer. Drills it from deep.
Well, you love the shooter's mentality that Evan Fournier possesses, thinking of pulling up before he even makes the catch.
Inside, Antetokounmpo uses the glass on the layup.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Risacher. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game.
Yeah, get used to seeing that. Risacher will be nailing threes for many years to come.
Here's Papanikolaou. Here's Antetokounmpo. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Yeah, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
From deep, Sarr. Can't get his first shot of the game to fall. 3 on 3. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. And when I brought up Giannis Antetokounmpo, Coach was full of admiration, saying it's always going to be difficult when you're playing Giannis. Not only is he one of the best players this league has, but he's also a fierce competitor. Guys, it sounds like he knows what he's up against.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Sarr. Antetokounmpo against Wembanyama. And it's Antetokounmpo with a miss.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Here's Risacher. On target from range. Risacher's got 6.
So good off the catch. The defense has to guard Risacher better than this.
1:56 left in the first quarter. Here's Papanikolaou. Here's Kalathis. Out to the right wing. Elbow shot on the way. Antetokounmpo. That's good. 6 points for him. Gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. And we've got a timeout called by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
I don't think this timeout is just to give the guys a breather. Coach is looking to switch things up.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
Now here's Hayes. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Coulibaly. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
Great dime by Gobert. Scans the floor well to find his teammates.
There aren't many more dominant defenders in the NBA than Gobert.
Well, that's definitely fair to say, B.A., because his defense has an outsized influence on a game. The inside presence changes an opponent's game plan.
Now here's Fournier. Pass to Hayes. Goes up at the elbow. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Getting out to a nice lead. Great flow and great execution.
There's a screen. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
Yeah, sometimes even Giannis needs help. The play gets him all the room he needs to strike.
Coulibaly on the wing. Back to Wembanyama. Beyond the arc. The shot that time not on target. Gone 4 of 5 so far. Looking sharp. And it's Antetokounmpo with a miss.
And that closeout certainly made a difference.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Antetokounmpo outside. Again, Antetokounmpo missing. And so the first quarter is in the books. They're up by 5. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Well, they've really been racking up three-pointers in bunches. They've been so impressive to watch.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
Bilal Coulibaly out there with Risacher. Then there's Rudy Gobert. Then there's Nicholas Batum. And it's Yabusele in at the 4.
And despite the size mismatch, getting a little aggressive down there in the paint.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does. Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
We've got Nicholas Batum, Bilal Coulibaly out there with Risacher. Then there's Rudy Gobert, and it's Yabusele in at the 4 spot, down low. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. It's stolen. Risacher out there with Bilal Coulibaly. Then there's Nicholas Batum. Then there's Rudy Gobert. And it's Yabusele in at the power forward position.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Gobert, that's good.
That's Gobert finishing through great defensive effort.
Gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
Last year, this team got the better of them in the season series, so they're looking to correct that.
And so many screens today ride that line of moving or not. Doris, you think players get away with too much movement on picks?
I think, Brian, it definitely feels like there's a lot more gray area. You have these things now called drag screens. A lot of screens today feel like maybe 30 years ago they would have been a foul. So, hey, I always say, BA, officiating in this league with the speed and the skill is really, really difficult.
Now here's Batum. No made baskets yet. Here's Wembanyama. Can't cash it in from close range. Gotten off to a perfect 4-for-4 start of the second. To the left side wing. Pass to Dorsey. Fires the three. That one doesn't drop. Got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Now Wembanyama. To the inside. And Sarr with the basket on the assist from Wembanyama.
Yeah, I love seeing Sarr get a little more physical there inside.
Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. Pass to Antetokounmpo from deep. Yes, sir! Giannis showing the range.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Both teams will make substitutions. The league is already buzzing about this year's three-point contest. So let's have a look at the players likely to make an appearance.
The three-point contest only becomes more competitive every year as long-range shooting continues to be a coveted talent in the league. But these guys are in a league all their own.
You look at Wembanyama. He's going to need to move up this list big time to be part of the three-point contest. But he's got a shot.
Maybe, especially if he can get hot from beyond the arc. And he certainly has the ability to do so.
And as we continue to count the votes, we'll update you on any changes to the list. No matter who is in it, though, it's going to be fun.
Maybe this is the year we see a perfect score. Who knows? I'll be sure to be locked in on all of All-Star Weekend, especially the three-point contest.
And Rizachet gets it to go.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Antetokounmpo outside. Giannis throws it down.
And the game plan for them should be simple. Keep getting it to Giannis. The Greek freak is on fire.
Pass to Fournier. Here's Rizachet. Wembanyama down low. The shot no good. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
And guys, I want to talk for a sec about the talent level in this league. In fact, I'd say it's never been better.
You sure? You'll see teams attempt to space the floor, but these guys really do it. They've got great shooters who take great shots.
And a few times even when...
Thanks for tuning in.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. It's been a clinic out there by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
And on the floor for Tom Thibodeau as we get into the second half.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that. But that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
Oh, down low, the Greek freak.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Shooting 59% in this one, a good average. Here's Rizachet. 9 points in the game from deep. Sarr. Pure from three-point range. Sarr's got 8 points.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Sar. And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss.
Well, it's a make-or-miss league. Sometimes the Jays just don't fall. It wasn't a bad shot.
Now Hayes. And here is Fournier. Jacks up a three. No good.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Here's Calathes. Here's Antetokounmpo. His first shot coming late. Wembanyama with some nice D. Gone just 1 of 3 in the second half. Pass to Hayes. Here's Sar. Antetokounmpo covering. Here's Sar.
Away team foul. Number 45. First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Risacher. And there's the screen. He buries it from 3. He's got 12.
Risacher is just pouring it in on offense. He's found a rhythm and is determined to keep it going.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Counted.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Pass to Gobert. Here's Sar. The 3 from Risacher. Again gets it to go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Calathes. Sar pulls it in.
That's a rarity for him, especially against the soft defense.
Outside Koulibaly. Outside Fournier. Over to the left wing. Clock at 6. Picked by Gobert. Outside Koulibaly. From deep, Sar sinks the tray. Sar's got 6 in the quarter.
It's still a developing part of Sar's game, but he looked confident with that triple.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, as usual, this guy cooking on the offensive end, but right now the other guys on his team have got to step forward.
Fires from 14. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. Up 10. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Bilal Koulibaly, Nicholas Batum out there with Rudy Gobert, and it's Yabusele in at power forward. Kicks it out to Antetokounmpo. Pass to Kalaitzakis. Here he goes, and he makes it.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
Here's Jang. Unloads. Buries the jump shot. Jang's gotten his first basket of the night. And And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Tom Thibodeau coaching his team during that last break. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Hayes. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Well, Evan Fournier is a fundamentally sound player. And if his teammates are open, he will deliver the rock.
Here's Papanikolaou. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Fournier, the pass to Hayes. He's off on that one. Shooting the ball 70% in this game. Antetokounmpo, right side. 6 to shoot. Drops in the layup for 2.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Hayes for 3. He can't get that one to fall. Gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, he gets it to fall, and that makes it just a single-digit deficit.
And you can see early on that Giannis wanted to be aggressive. I mean, he's taken over at the offensive end.
Pass to Sarr. Three-pointer. That one's off. His third miss out of 8 tries. He's got all 4 shots to go in this final quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Sarr pulls it in.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
1:04 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Back to Hayes. Wembanyama screen. Hayes, the pass to Sarr. And it's off from three-point range. Antetokounmpo outside. Shoots over Sarr. And he gets it to go off the front iron.
You expect this from an MVP like Giannis. He never gives up on the game. Woo! Gotta love it.
First team foul.
And now we've got an intentional foul.
0. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
2 shots.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get the second one to drop.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
And he is just showing off right now. I mean, he's giving you leadership. Giannis just takes pride in stepping up and hitting those big shots.
He gets the first, and that increases the lead to 6. And so he drops them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Extending the team's lead. Just solid execution at the line.
And timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Here's Papanikolaou. Antetokounmpo inside. Off with the layup. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Wembanyama, no good. Here's Papanikolaou. Knocks down the long J.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory.
Edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. Taking a look here at the visitors, they've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
Well, seeing where this home team is right now, where they are living the dream, continuing this improbable journey, proving throughout the year that they're the real deal.
Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Trey Lyles. Jamal Murray is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Barrett at the small forward position. Pass to Ingles. There's the screen. Giddey, no one around him. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Off target from outside. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Taylor Jenkins.
When it comes to Jamal Murray, coach said it's crucial to make sure his defense doesn't slack off on him. He said Murray is a microwave scorer who can get hot in a real hurry. Our guys know they have to talk with one another out there, help each other out. Communication is key. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Dort, he's checked in for Jamal Murray. Pass to Lyles. It's Barrett on the wing. Outside, Dort cranes it from beyond the arc. And Greg, when you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
Giddey, the pass to Ingles. 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by Lyles. Gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Barrett kicks to Lyles. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. They set the pick from deep. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Money in the bank. Gilgeous-Alexander is more than happy to try his luck from that spot.
Giddey against Barrett. Giddey, no good.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Lyles a screen on Ingles. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hits it from 3-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 9 points.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Green's checked in for Joe Ingles. Some teams live and die by the 3. Let's check out the best.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Landale. Here's Giddey. Nailed from 3-point land. He has 6.
And not a guy who takes a ton of threes, but Giddey can knock them down if you let him.
Alexander Walker finds Olynyk. Alexander Walker with the ball. For the 3. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And really setting the tone early with their 3-point shooting.
Outside, Green. There's the pick. Back to Mills. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Now defended by Exum. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Pass to Green. Here's Landale. Now Exum. Bobbed up there for Green. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
An offensive mastery right there. I mean, great move in the lane and then the flush.
With just no way for the D to handle it. Here's Alexander Walker. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And we reach the end of the first quarter. They're up by 7. Let's take a quick break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the visiting team, what do you think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Barrett. Then it's Lou Dort. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Clark in at the center position. Pass to Barrett. To the inside. And it's Clark with the jam.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
And here's Daniels. On the wing, Green. Defended by Dort. And Simmons slams it in.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Alexander Walker passes to Clark. Outside, Dort. Left side, Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
And now a look at the 2K leaderboard to see which point guards have been playing the best perimeter defense during the last month. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 3rd. 4th, Ben Simmons.
And not only are these players tremendous at picking a ball handler's pocket, but as terrific point guards, they also know how to jump into passing lanes and get a steal or deflection that way as well.
Yeah, it's just not their quickness or their hands that have them at the top of their list. It's their defensive instincts that set them apart. Guy's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
In the corner, Barrett with it. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
2 minutes remaining.
On the wing, Daniels.
2 minutes.
To the paint. Green kicks to Daniels. For Barrett. And that one's good. Daniels has got 5 points in the quarter.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Pass to Barrett. Floats it up for Wiggins. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
2 loud points from Wiggins. Andrew, he is getting up.
And when you think about Andrew Wiggins, championship-level defender for sure.
He can get in a guy's shirt without fouling him. He has the lateral movement to keep ball handlers in front of him. Really tough to do, especially in isolation.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. .105 left to play in the first half. Clark, the pass to Brooks. Looking for Clark, and he gets it there. Gilgeous-Alexander against Giddey. Misses from short range. Pass to Exum. Launches it. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I mean, a 6'8" playmaker. Giddey is a point forward, and he piles up the assists.
Brooks kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clark, a screen on Giddey. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Look, they are in front right now because of him. He keeps draining these shots at a ridiculous clip.
Pass to Mills. Here's Landale. And here's Exum. Clock at 6. And he hits it to tie the game up. Exum's got 6 points in the quarter.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Up by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing. Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Well, I think for the home team, they're in good position. Definitely among the top teams in the conference.
And just as important as shifting back to that first half of play, let's focus on SGA. Man, is he off to a strong start. Thanks for joining us.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
They've got Exum. Hill's out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Landale in at the 5 spot. And that's the group for Chandler Jenkins as we begin the second half. Barrett the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 15 points. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wemby's. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
Lyles hits a screen from her. His three-pointers off the mark. Has been sensational. 75% for the game. Mills not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
So impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
And as tired as they might be after fighting to tie it up, they have all the momentum now to finish this comeback.
Now here's Barrett. He's covered closely. And he finishes nicely on the layup. He's got 6.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Here's Landale. Now Ingles, lots of room. Rebound by Olynyk.
Surprising he didn't bury that, but hey, it happens sometimes.
Barrett for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Well, the numbers show it. R.J. Barrett much more comfortable shooting from the corner.
Murray against Giddey. And he makes that one. Giddey's got 8 points.
Okay, let's throw out the analytics for a moment. When he's taking the mid-range, it's a winning shot.
Outside, Barrett. Murray against Giddey. Murray the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. Barrett kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the 3 off target. Gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Pass to Mills. A wide open look here for Ingles. Knocks down the 3 ball. Ingles has got his second bucket tonight.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Dort, he's checked in for Lyles. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Daniels. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Barrett. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the 3. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And what awareness from Barrett. He knew he had all the time he needed.
Mills passes to Simmons. Pass to Mills. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Mills has got 4 points this quarter. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's covered by Daniels.
And able to get himself to the line. SGA so crafty inside there to get the contact.
First trip to the line for him here. Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Now here's Green. Baines a screen on Wiggins. From deep, Green gets the 3-pointer to fall. Green's got 5. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Here's Murray. Lou Dort out there with Wiggins. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Lyles in at the 5. Murray kicks to Wiggins. He's looking for Lyles and finds him. 6 to shoot. pulls up on the wing. And Baines pulls it down. Simmons looking around. For Murray. Simmons' shot is good.
And you gotta at least contest Simmons from the mid-range. He has the touch to be an effective scorer from there.
Murray with it. It's sent back down by Simmons. Miles with the screen. Pass to Alexander Walker. A three-pointer off the mark. Plenty of drama in this one so far.
Yeah, don't be surprised if it isn't decided until the final buzzer.
Daniels passes to Simmons.
And for Simmons, everyone in the league agrees that the talent is there. It comes down to the help and being in the right situation.
That's good from Simmons. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Puts it up from 12, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
The term deep bag gets thrown around a lot, but it certainly applies to Murray.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Mills, he's checked in for Ben Simmons. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Taylor Jenkins just reviewed his plan with his team. He asked his team to dig deep. He said, I know you're tired, but they're tired too. It's about who can give more than the other guy at this point. Show me what you can give. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Giddey against Murray. The 11-footer. Rebound by Olynyk. Gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. From outside, off the mark. On the wing, Giddey. Covered by Lyons. That one good for 2.
Stone cold stuff there from Josh Giddey. Big time shot in the moment.
.143 left in the fourth quarter. A floater. That shot is no good. His 5th miss now in 12 tries. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
And this is why many are excited about Giddey's future, showing how dangerous he can be on offense. Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
It's the first, and that brings them within 2.
Nearly automatic. Gilgeous-Alexander, no slouch from the line. And really, the tension could not be higher right now. And he looked like he was shooting free throws at practice. What a cool customer.
Here's Giddey. Plays it up off the glass.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. It falls! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
He knew what they needed here and was determined to deliver.
Here's Ingles. Open jump shot off the mark.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Here's Murray. Pass to Barrett. It drops.
And coming through in a big way, you have to love Barrett there, taking over down the stretch.
Here's Giddey. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really want. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 2. And here is Giddey. Over Murray. It falls! A huge shot to tie it up.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
He's just riding the wave of momentum right now, getting to his spots and keeping things simple on the offensive side.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we've got more. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. We've got Gilgeous-Alexander. Miles out there with R.J. Barrett. Then it's Olynyk, and it's Murray in at the 2.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Here's Giddey on target from 13 feet.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points this quarter.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And that one off the back of the rim and in.
And honestly, Giddey mostly avoids that area, but nice to see him being aggressive.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and the shot goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 29.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Shoot, this defense is giving me hope. The way I look, I can sign a 10-day and put up a few buckets on this squad.
Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And where some feel stressed, Gilgeous-Alexander feels strength. Love the confidence from the young fella. A great job to get the bucket and to get to the line. When the game's on the line, you want your guys attacking like he did there.
Murray against Giddey. Money!
And how about the body control? Giddey refusing to let the defense alter that shot.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on. And you can see the defense broke down there, allowing him to get all the way to the hoop.
Here's Giddey. It's rebounded by Barrett. And he commits the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
At the line for the away team,
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Wow, I tell you what, those free throws will give them some much-needed breathing room. 2-possession game now.
Here's Landale. Good. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Nice execution on the inbound. Just how you want to draw it out.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
At the line for the away team, Jamal Murray.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game. 20 seconds left in overtime. Here's Giddey. It counts. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And I love going to Giddey there at 6'8" with his skill. Josh can get that one off anytime he wants.
Personal foul. 4th team foul.
It's the first that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Jamal Murray. taking 2 shots.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 5-point game.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game up.
Exum's shot is off.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-up.
Even though he is capable of hitting that shot, I'd like to see him work for a better look in that situation.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off. And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
The visiting club takes the win on the road. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.
Get geared up for the home stretch. What are you looking for right now?
Well, BA, health is #1 for me. What teams have their full allotment of players is key. As we head to the playoffs, it's about attrition. Which team can stay healthy?
Now the starting group for the visitors. Jokic the screen. 6 on the shot clock. To the left side wing. Misses the 3. Here's Diaz. Shot on the wing. That one no good. And here's Jokic. And they double up Jokic. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes.
Hey, that's just not enough. A little contact will not bother Jokic's shot.
And just over a minute played here to start the game. Defended by Bogdanovich. That one drops for him.
And you got to defend better than that. I mean, that's a good look for him.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Now here's Jokic. His last outing, he had 20. And it's Bogdanovich that time on the assist by Jokic.
This is Bogdanovich's game. Catch, shoot, score.
To the left wing. From 17. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. Gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And a missed layup. Gone 1 for 3 so far. Pass to Diaz. Aldama outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left to play in the first quarter. Diaz, that's good.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
From outside the arc. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Jovic, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan. It's February. Let's see how things are shaping up in the East. Taking a look at the visitors here. Here around the midway point, they've proven to be a top 3 team in their conference. Bogdanovich passes to Jovic. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. On target from range.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Here's Diaz. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Man, he's bringing the energy, the efficiency. I love what he's doing offensively.
Pass to Jovic. To the middle. Hernan Gomez with a rebound.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Here's Rubio. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Aldama outside. Shoots it from the high post. And the shot is good. Dropping it off the front of the rim. He has 6. Gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. 16 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Bogdanovich with it. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game. Pass to Jovic. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Well, what I love is the tremendous belief in their bench. They were looking for points, and their reserves delivered.
And, you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, it certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
They've got Nikola Jokic, and it's Jovic in at the 4. Pass to Jokic. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Outside Rubio, fires for 3. Connects from downtown. Rubio's got 5 now.
Not exactly textbook mechanics, but I think you got to admire Rubio's resolve. Knows he has to at least be a threat to shoot it out there.
Here's Guduric. Here's Teodosic, covered by Rubio. Jokic with a screen on Rubio. Inside. Fades. Teodosic. The shot is good on the assist by Jokic.
And you'd think their lead would hold as long as they continue to shoot like this.
Yeah, they're cracking. Absolutely cracking and looking to pad that lead.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan.
Substitution on
Now that we have a chance, let's check out the teams that are scoring the most points off turnovers.
This is a squad that will tax you for any mistake or loose ball. They know how to snatch the rock and run flat out to make sure they capitalize.
Hernan Gomez, the pass to Garuba. Well, Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore, and I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the official.
Here's Teodosic. Pass to Jokic. Shot clock at 5. Let's go with a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go. He has 6.
Then put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Rubio. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
personal foul.
Catching the defender slightly out of position that time. Rubio takes advantage. Now goes to the line.
And he's good on the second. Gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Guarded by Aldama. Shot clock at 6. In the paint. Jokic going off.
I'll tell you what, their execution just continues to impress.
Yeah, getting hotter and hotter. They're really cooking now. Actually, cooking with gas, and you know what kind of heat that is.
Fire! And the basket by Aldama. Aldama's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, a big man with great touch from deep, always a valuable commodity in today's game.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Outside Bogdanovic. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Gotten off to a perfect 4 for 4 start in the second. Aldama right side. Diaz. And the shot goes in. Diaz has got 5 points. And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Bogdanovic from long range. Hernan Gomez with a rebound. Hernan Gomez has got 4 rebounds in the game. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively.
Pass to Aldama. Outside Rubio. From downtown. Can't get it to go. 2 for 4 thus far. Jokic with it. Oh, he missed the chippy right there. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Up 1. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
They've been choosy when hunting for shots, guys. I like that. Trying to capitalize on every single possession.
And next up, here's a... And that's a wrap on it.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Shooting almost 70% from the floor. Sensational. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez on the wing. Here's Diaz. Knocks it down from distance. Diaz has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
to the paint. Oh, Jokic hammers it home.
Quick reaction that time by Jokic. Very impressive. Good at rolling to the right spot after setting the screen and doing it quickly.
Aldama outside. The three ball. The shot won't fall.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
And with a little over a minute gone by, the second half is underway. Here's Diaz. Give him 8. And Ty Lue has called a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Yeah, Coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Now here's Aldama. He's averaging almost 5 points a game. Pulls it from 20. Diaz, that's good. Diaz has got 10. Shooting 59% on this one. A good average. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Here's Bogdanovic. Connects on the 17-footer. Bogdanovic has got his second bucket on the night.
Yeah, nice little J by Bogdanovic. Giving it just the right touch from that range.
Here's Diaz. 10 points for him. Off target from outside. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. On Monday and then on Thursday.
Some might look at this schedule and already mark off how many wins they'll get. But I think that's a mistake. You can never take a night off in the NBA. Even the ones you think will be easy are tough.
Now here's Rubio. He's got 6. And there's 1:45 left in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Hernan Gomez. Three-pointer, no good. Gone 3 of 3 in the second half. Outside Bogdanovic. Gets the 3 to fall. Give him 8.
And this is why Bogdanovic is a vital cog in this offense. It's his ability to stretch the floor like that.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. From outside the arc. He drops it from range.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Now here's Bogdanovic. Give him 8 points now. No coverage that time. Bogdanovic has got 8 points here in the quarter.
His efficiency has been a big factor in helping them capture this lead.
Pass to Hernan Gomez. Fires for 3. Drops in the 3. Hernan Gomez has gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. That's tipped. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Out to the wing. Pass to Rubio. Fires the 3. The rebound by Bogdanovic. Three seconds left. Jokic just out muscling the defense.
Need to do more than that to keep him from getting the ball in the post.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't.
3 quarters of play and a close one here. Leading by just 2. And time for a short break. Stay right there. The fourth quarter is coming up next. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Floats one up. Rebounded by Jovic. Shooting 64% for the game. Amazing. It's Jokic, high post. Pass to Jovic from the arc. That falls. Nice feed from Jokic. Jokic has got 3 assists tonight.
Good find from Jokic. Fantastic at getting that rock to teammates on time, on target.
They set the screen. Here's Hernan Gomez. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Rubio passes to Hernan Gomez. Out to Rubio. And count that. 2 points and a chance for 1 more at the line.
Boy, nice job by Rubio to stay with the shot despite the contact. He's a pretty crafty finisher.
We've gone about a minute and a half into this 4th quarter. Six to shoot. Oh, it's stolen. Back to Aldama. Outside Rubio. Aldama outside. 3-pointer. Jokic grabs the board. Aldama's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. 1:52 left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Jokic. Off target with a fadeaway. Gotten half of their attempts to fall in the 4th. 2 for 4 now. Now Aldama. The 3. Knocks down the triple.
That's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Pass to Jokic. Outside Bogdanovic. Shot to stop the run. And it's Jokic missing.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Right side Rubio. Offline with a 3. Gone 1 of 4 since the 4th quarter began. Pass to Jokic. From 18 feet away. Count it! And he's brought them within 2 points now.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Tyronn Lue address the team. This might be a close late game, but don't tell coach. They were cool as a cucumber in the huddle, and I think that resonates with their players. We'll see if that approach works. Brian?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Jokic is doubled. Pass to Bogdanovic. Money from deep.
And Bogdan has played in big games before, and this experience translating into him being ready to take important shots.
16 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter. Here's Diaz. Here's Aldama. Oh, off target. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul, second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that'll put them up 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
What composure at the line, forcing your opponent to look for the 3-pointer now.
And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. And this was an emotional win for them.